Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Daddy feel bad. You crying.
Hey, Uma! Not to be popular. It's just I'm inspired by my brother, that reality Temple's brother, the most powerful voice on the internet, that reality Angel Snubbing Up 7. That's right, brother. I'm calling you out, brother. I'm building you. I'm putting you out there, brother. I'm shouting you out. That's my inspiration.
We want to make sure that we're not just working to be first, but we're working to be right. A lot of times there are situations when things are just happening so fast. It's always important to be fast, but we always want to be right.
So when we look at how do we move forward and not ask or beg for reparations, how do we take reparations? Well, the initiative, our organization, we have a plan. And we're going to be taking over cities in Mississippi. We're coming. And see, we ain't going to beg, because there's cities in Mississippi, I can name one, Mount Bayou, Mississippi. That's all black.
Out lawful, okay? So again, laws have consequences. Morals are just, subjective. But when you have laws and things on paper that say, if you do this, we're going to punish you by incarcerating you, and you break them and you're dumb enough to get caught, then you're just dumb.
All right. Shout out to Reality's Temple in the building. Well, just for I got to get him on here, man. You talk about somebody polarizing. Whoa. that brother is, I'll leave that alone. Shout out to the brother, though. Just
faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane.
We had the African Day Parade here on Reggie's old block. So what's up, Reggie? So what the garment that you have on, what the flag represents for right here?
Well, as you can see, the man right here, Marcus Garvey, you know what I'm saying, who started gave us our own flag. They came out with a song, the white man came out with a song talking about no one has a flag. Everybody has a flag except the black man.
Right.
So Marcus Garvey said.
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. he's a good brother. You know, he's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
I stand for nature. I stand for anything that is right. I'm pro-righteous, not pro-black. I am pro-righteous and not pro-black. So do your thing.
Hey, my brother, you know I had to call you and thank you personally again. I cannot describe to you how happy I was to meet you in person finally. That was just like amazing.
I'm Derek Grayson, and our country is in a fight for its soul. That's because I'll not only help Georgia, I'll help every American patriot in giving them a chance to live the American dream.
Greetings, folks. T-Mike. You know me from Drive Time. Here with a historic moment. We've got Angel Stuffed Up 07 from YouTube. My counterpart. We've got Pastor Daryl Moment from Old Mountaintop Baptist Church. We just did a interview with him on the Council of 12 show not too long ago. Angel and I are working on a little movie script of 10-minute production that we hope to get on YouTube.
Hey, Brother Taalik, I saw you called. I was returning your call. I'm halfway through the video you and Sister Noble made a little while ago. I love you guys. You guys make a beautiful couple. I love this, man. I just had to say that. I hope you guys are having fun, and I'll talk to you soon. Tell her Karen that she never met said hello. I love her videos. Let her know I'm subscribed. I've been to her website. Such great content. Blessings to both of you. Take care. I hope you guys have fun. All right. Bye-bye.
You know, these aren't jokes, these are thoughts, these are things that make you say,
I'm not throwing stones nowhere, but I'm putting things out there for you to study. There's so many people writing books. You spend $30, $35 on Manny Marable's book. Manny Marable was never registered in the Nation of Islam. Did he ever talk to Malcolm X? No. Did he ever talk to Linwood Cathcart? No. Did he speak to Sister Sharon? No. He met for 9 hours, he said, with Akbar. And he met with Louis Farrakhan. Again, brothers and sisters, I have so much information with respect to that. And I say again, you don't want to order my DVD, but you rather let this man sell millions of copies of books on that trash? Something's wrong, brother. Something is wrong. You don't want to know the truth, just as you don't want to know the truth about Louis Farrakhan. And again, brothers and sisters, I solicited for an interview with Minister Farrakhan on more than one occasion. I've sent him multiple letters. I've even explained to him that I'm going to eventually one day just have a show with some of the things I want to talk to him about. See, Mr. Farrakhan And I know that he could out-talk me. I don't even think I'm worthy in that level to even compete with him on some of the wisdom. But he's been doing it for 57 years. But if I was to interview him, after he over-talks me and take me out of the, way out in the water where I'm not trying to go, I'm going to bring him right back. One thing that I do, brothers and sisters, I have an agenda as well. I want to know certain things. He was my principal teacher coming up. You all don't know it. I have all of the tapes, not all the tapes, I take that back. I have lots of his temple meetings from 1964, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have those lectures. The teachings that was going on then that went inside this brain. And what he's saying today, brothers and sisters, you just better wake up. Minister Farrakhan has been playing Islam. He's been playing multiple roles. He's an actor. You have been watching the greatest show on earth, the Louis Farrakhan's traveling tour. That's what you've been watching. Here's a man who's been playing the role of the leader. He put on his fez. He put on his hat. He plays the role. And many of you believe that he is God's servant on earth. The greatest show on earth. It says you love the devil because he gives you nothing. Minister Farrakhan has been just talking and talking and talking and talking. If they paid him a penny for every word he said over the last 57 years, why, I think we would have more than 40 acres and a mule. The man have just ran his mouth. And again, you may say, oh, you being disrespectful. Brother, I'm not being disrespectful, but I'm going to speak the truth today because I'm moving on. Minister Farrakhan has many babies outside of his marriage to his wife, Sister Bessie, Sister Khadija. I don't say Mother Khadija. I say Sister Khadija. I don't say Mother Clara Muhammad. I say Sister Clara Muhammad. There was one mother I heard in the Nation of Islam. That was the mother, Mother Marie. The mother of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That was the only mother in the Nation of Islam. That Christianity stuff about mother, that Catholic presence in the Nation of Islam, that was that upbringing that Farrakhan had. You guys better listen, brothers and sisters. He has impregnated many women. Abdul Rahman, the Rock, hard-working minister for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. How in the hell could brother let the minister take his daughter, Karen, impregnate her with a couple of children, bring out the phoenix? I guess that's for his air too, for his breathing. No, brothers and sisters. What about the receptionist sister? Gave her a couple of babies, huh? He's got children in Mexico. Got children all over. In the black and the red, which y'all thought was the uniting of the black and the red. Remember the big mountain? You guys better do your research. These world friendship tours. Brothers and sisters, these guys have been running a hustle game on you. Jabril Muhammad printed up all these books, and the brother in Tampa, he got an invoice for nearly 40,000 books he owed the brother, haven't paid him a penny. They're opportunists and they're users, brothers and sisters. I'm just telling you the facts. You can accept this or you can let it alone.
Free your mind. Operation Exodus, Mississippi. What is OEM? It is the only real solution for descendants of slaves born in America. The original Mississippi campaign. Anything else is fraud and will not work. It is the process of bringing into reality the promised land that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of. It is simply inspiring the so-called black residents of the state to take advantage of their voting power, having a large population to take control of the political systems, laws of their state to benefit themselves, of which brings them power. Power they never had before. OEM has nothing to do with religious, personal, or political beliefs. Just wanting to make life less oppressive in this geographical area so blacks can feel safe and operate with less resistance due to racism, forming a type of safe haven sanctuary state for black people. OEM doesn't advocate trying to force the populace to do anything they don't wish to do, but offer advice and suggestions to improve their state for all citizens, regardless of race, creed, color, sexual orientation, etc. Some of the benefits of OEM could be: 1. As a state, you could finally request reparations due to the enslavement of our ancestors from the federal government. Being such, monetary or other awards will not be going to individuals or groups, but a state now in control that benefits this people to help build what this people need to act like true, free, liberated, as well as equal citizens of this nation. 2. Having control of the governor's mansion, you can control the state National Guard as well as all law enforcement of the state. 3. Create a different way of living among the people to alleviate homelessness and other poverty, requesting the citizens more modestly, opening up more jobs, more time with loved ones. 4. Offer true rehabilitation to those in criminal systems so monies on jails can go to more beneficial purposes. 5. State can request the federal government to release all political prisoners in federal custody or those forced into asylum in foreign lands to be returned to or handed to Mississippi so they can live out the rest of their lives in dignity. 6. Mississippi will become a true work state where every man, woman, and child can say they had something to do with the success of their state instead of credit going to a select few. 7. Being an agriculture state already, we can specialize in the production of pure organic foods that is good for our citizens, also can be exported to other states and around the world, having a want for cheaper organically grown food products. 8. Success of OEM will become the blueprint and example, having not enough room for all who now wish to move. So our eyes must be set upon perhaps Alabama, Georgia, and the like. 9. A state can function independently from the federal government, forming relations and deals in foreign lands like Africa to benefit the state and nation. The so-called black people of America have never had true power that others respect. But by doing this, we will get the respect and power we have never experienced, and the doors that will open due to just taking control of your life, we can't imagine. Please be reminded, if not for the domestic terrorism targeting black people of the South and the federal government refusing to protect its citizens, forcing them to flee, this OEM campaign probably would have been made a reality generations ago. So all you and I will be doing is the work our ancestors wanted to do, but couldn't do due to domestic violence from other citizens. Join and organize Operation Exodus Mississippi today, or become a supporter.
Things that make you go, you know, these aren't jokes, these are thoughts, these are things that make you say.
And I just wanted to make this video clipping for Taalik Ibn'rad. I just wanted to let you know that, you know, we're rooting for the Reality Temple on Earth, the strongest ministry on YouTube for free thinkers like myself. And, you know, I just want to tell you, you have been really and truly awesome. You know, in spite of having over 100 channels canceled, you have been very awesome with your delivery, with bringing us, you know, the message. And, you know, the message is to think for yourself, you know, at the end of the day. And one thing I like about the Reality Temple on Earth is that it allows you to draw your own conclusion. A lot of people, especially people that are power tripping and wanting to be your leader or your teacher or your instructor or your professor or your preacher don't realize that you're not allowing us our universal given rights, which is to think for ourselves. And that's what I love about the reality temple on earth. And I will continue, to support. And I do need to know in which way financially I could support the reality temple on earth. And I'm more than willing and happy to do so because of the fact that I have learned so much and I have gained so much knowledge, and a lot of things have been confirmed that I've studied on my own, and Taalik Ibn'rad, he's a very solid brother, man. I wish a lot of men can be like him, you know what I'm saying? Not bound by religion, not bound by anything, you know what I'm saying? Just speaking from the heart. And that's what it all really boiled down to. And I just wanted to shout you out. You're definitely my favorite YouTuber, and you're definitely my favorite revolutionary because you're about action and about seeing results, and this is something that you'll never see with the African conscious community. This is something you'll never see with anyone that's proclaiming to be some type of professor or preacher or anything like that. And shout out to you, and I just wish you many, many years of success. And I love the reality temple on earth, and I wish it was a facility I was able to visit here where I live in California, where we could get the real deal Holyfield. You're not going to get that anywhere else, And the cool thing about it is Taalik Ibn'rad puts a spin on what he discussed, making it sometimes comical, but also real. And that's what I love about it the most. And I just appreciate you, and I love your life. And I hope that you are able to, spread your message, broad on a national level, because really and truly, a lot of people need to understand where you're coming from in order to get that, that understanding that needs to be understood. But the reality temple on earth is where it's at, and that's definitely what I stand for. And I'm gonna continue to support Taalik Ibn'rad, and I respect his knowledge and I respect his wisdom. And shout out to you, my brother, my soul brother. And y'all have a wonderful day.
Hold up, wait a minute, let me put some truth in it.
I have been on this social media, primarily YouTube, since 2007. And I brought to this media something that I call the Reality's Temple on Earth. And when I began to bring this mindset, I was like the Honorable Malcolm X. I thought if I brought to us real truth, if I brought to us righteousness in the most purest form, I thought and made the same mistake, came to the same conclusion that the masses would be interested in that truth, be interested in what we call a righteous lifestyle. So Malcolm exposed Elijah Muhammad having an affair with his teenage or very young secretaries. And in a better world, they should have responded. The masses should have responded. But in this world, where we focus not on truth, but on that which simply makes us feel good, that which we become loyal to, not necessarily true, then that is ignored. Because we've fallen in love with a figure, a personality, rather than is this right or wrong. And so Malcolm X became a condemned man. Malcolm X was judged, and then he was executed. There was no trial, simply judged and executed. I have, over my time being on this media, I have suffered the same behavior, the same action. I have not done anything to anyone nowhere. I do not go around trying to hurt people. I do not steal. I don't lie. I'm not doing that to people. The reason why Angel Snubbed Up 7, the reason why there are those who over the years try to expose me is because they don't like the real truth that comes from this platform. Because I have not done anything to them. And you may say, oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. You know you're a liar, and I know that you're a liar. And my challenge to those who claim that I personally done something to them, I will pay for you to take a lie detector test. Now, it is not admissible in a court of law, but it gives us an idea of whether someone is telling the truth or they're telling a lie. I will pay for the lie detector test. You just go. And those who make these outrageous claims that I personally done something to them, none of them have accepted that offer. Don't cost you nothing. I will even reimburse your cab fare. Go and take this lie detector test. I will set it up, pay for your cab fare, and you go tell your lies to the examiner, because that's what it will be. You will be shown to be a liar. Now, There are those who have been doing this for years. And what has it gained you? How has it benefited you? How has it hurt me? Did it hurt me? No. Because those who side with you, they are like you. They don't like these words. They want these words to be silent. They don't want their so-called wisdom to be challenged. So they will side with you to hope that this lie that you promote, this expose, it will tarnish the people to make them not listen to what I call real truth. Now, mind you, you do not hear me telling people, don't listen to so-and-so. Don't subscribe to so-and-so. You never hear me say that. And there's no need, because I truly believe in something that Elijah Muhammad taught Malcolm back in the day. Elijah Muhammad taught Malcolm, you don't have to condemn a dirty glass. Just put a clean glass next to it. So the only thing I have to do is stay on the soul train. And you will see all around these others begin to fall, because their glass is dirty. Not always in a nasty way, but there are those who just, they cannot admit that they are wrong, that they are in an error. They cannot do that. So they have to experience failure firsthand instead of, okay, this ain't going so good, let me try something different. They're not going to do that. They have to experience the total fall of whatever their belief system is or whatever. They have to experience that. It's a shame. In other words, they have to learn the hard way. But I'm not here to talk to people like that. I'm here to talk to those who can think for themselves, who don't regurgitate information. You're not tripping off all these books and lectures and DVDs and all this nonsense. You want to know for yourself. And you can see that something is wrong. You don't really know exactly what it is, but something is wrong with how we're operating here. So they expose Angel Snuffed Up 7, not because I'm a bad guy. I'm not a scammer. In fact, I have given away hundreds of dollars. All these other people that you run to, they take your money. I'm giving you my own personal money, and they take from you, and you think that they are better than me. I'm giving to you, and the only thing they know how to do is take. Will you buy this? Will you give me this? You get nothing from them except false hopes and dreams. And if that satisfies you, so be it. I'm speaking to the younger people. I'm speaking to those who can think for themselves, so that you don't make the same mistake of wasting your youth, wasting your time, that myself and others on this platform have experienced, wasting your life away. You need to do something different. You don't have to do what I suggest. You don't have to do what I advise, but you need to do something different, because clearly those ways, that mindset is not working. From 2010 to 2020 show us what this has accomplished, what pro-blackness has done, Kemetic, Hebrew Israelite, the Nation of Islam, and the list goes on and on, all this pro-blackness, Pan-Africanism, RBG stuff. From 2010 to 2020, what has it done for us as a people? It might help certain individuals, it might hurt, it might help a little in the neighborhood, but as a people, what has it done for us? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. And if you are satisfied with that, then so be it. On this platform, you can do better. We know that you can do better. You have to come from up out of that box, that slave plantation that you voluntarily put yourself on, so that you can go on and seek different strategy so that you can get different results. Old strategy, get the same old results. You're expecting something different from something that over time has shown it's not going to work for you. Sounds good. And it might work for you personally, okay. But as a people, it's not doing what you claim it's supposed to do, and you get angry because the people are not attracted to it. So you expose Angel Snub 7. The only thing you have done really is make yourself look foolish. That's all you've done. And you are in the way to deny people the right and the ability to seek something that works, instead of offering false hopes and dreams and so forth. So, on that note, I encourage you. See, if I'm messed up, if I'm wrong, this is another thing. I want to be exposed. If I am so messed up, if I am a deceiver and a manipulator and a liar, I want to be exposed. I have no problem with that. My problem is, because you mad, you don't like what somebody say, or you can't make a slave out of Angel Snub 7, then you want to try to slander my name. See, that's a problem. And that shows your character. That shows your character. While you trying to dig a hole for me, you're digging a hole for yourself.
Hold up, wait a minute, let me put some truth in it.
We keeping it real. We keeping it real, baby. Yeah, we gonna keep it real. Now, I want to bring a very short commentary, and I could be wrong. I could be real off. I could be off base, but I'm basing, or I'm finding or founding my opinion upon what I've heard from the religious community. So maybe my misinterpretation is wrong. Well, look, to make a long story short, as you know, just recently, Nashville, Tennessee, in the United States of America, was just hit by a round of tornado activity. And to my last report that I heard, at least 19 people were killed in the Nashville, Tennessee area, all kinds of damage. I don't know what the actual damage is, but all types of damage. Now, I'm not laughing at the disaster. I'm not laughing at the people who lost their lives. I'm laughing at people who claim to believe in God, these religious ideas, because actually you and your God are the cause of it. Your God murdered 19 people for no reason. Oh yeah, don't say God didn't do it. Oh yeah, see, because look, Minister, oh, I can't just say minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who has declared himself perfect, whatever that is. We don't even know what is human perfection. What is going without sin? Actually, what is that? Because sin in one culture may not be sin in another culture. So exactly, oh, I guess according to the Bible and the Quran. Okay, so Farrakhan has no sin. Farrakhan is perfect. And Farrakhan is saying that he's risen. Now, mind you, it took him 80 years to get to this point. Took 80 years to get perfect. That's a long time. Most of us, we ain't make, a lot of us, we can barely make 20. Brothers and sisters are dying, barely able to make 20 years old, let alone 80. So when you're 20, you ain't perfect. When you're 30, you're not perfect. 50. It took Farrakhan 80 years to become perfect, whatever that is. What is human perfection? If he's an example of human perfection, we are in bad shape. Just keeping it real, baby. Just keeping it real. Look, Farrakhan say he's risen to a new level and he has a connection to power that controls tornado, earthquake, blizzards, natural disasters. So when you see a tornado, earthquake, these ravaging forest fires, when you see all this, God is behind it all, and Louis Farrakhan is connected to it all, and Farrakhan calls to this power to reap vengeance upon those of whom he believes deserve punishment. But not only Louis Farrakhan, you hear in the church and in the mosque and the synagogues, all over in religion, God is behind. God, first of all, nothing happens without God's approval, without God's knowledge. So God is no, and he's already chosen these 19 people. Excuse me. God, excuse me. God has already chosen these 19 people that he's going to kill. Now, what did they do? So in religious mind, they must have committed some kind of sin because they're not perfect like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So they got to die. And the thing about it, if you were able to learn about these 19 people that was murdered, some of them could be lovers of Jesus, lovers of Allah, lovers of God in general. So if I love God and I do everything in my power to serve God and I want to go to heaven, why would God come to Nashville, Tennessee and kill me for no reason? I'm trying to do the right thing. Well, of course, they're going to make excuses. Now, they say God is behind the earthquake. God is behind the tornado and the floods and all these different things. But when the flood and when the tornado, when these natural disasters start killing all these people, you notice people like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, why don't you take credit for it? Since you, Mr. Perfection, Minister, the Honorable Perfection guy, since you are connected to this power, and this power has just murdered, it's a natural disaster. There was no murder, but if you are saying that some being, some invisible force, some type of conscience is creating tornadoes and hurricanes and snowstorms, so when people freeze to death, when a tornado caused power lines and houses or whatever to fall down on people and trees, why isn't the religious community taking responsibility for the murder of their God of innocent people? Like Eric Muhammad always said, talk black to me. Why aren't you taking responsibility for what your God has done? Huh? Your God, see, this is another thing. And your God seems like he or she or it or whatever invisible, you don't know what your God is because you've never seen your God. He, she, or it, you don't know what your God is. Clearly, your God don't know how to control their power because your God's supposed to punish the evil and the wicked. Why can't your God make the sun shine only upon the righteous or the believers in God? If you can control that power, if God have control of his power, he can do that. When it rains on everybody. When the sun shines, it shines on everybody. The righteous and the unrighteous. When a tornado comes through town, I'm going to kill everybody. The righteous and the unrighteous. Your God is unable to control his or her or its power. When you put a gun in your hand, that gives you power. The person who knows how to control that gun, when they point and shoot, they point and shoot at a specific target. Those who really don't know how to control their weapon, they kill innocent people in drive-by shootings. That's what they do. Because they're not trained and they're just shooting wildly because they don't really know how to use the weapon. Those who are trained, those who know how to control the power that's in their hand, they know how to target and destroy something that is specific. This God don't seem like he, she, or it can control his own power. So here you are, you want me to believe in God and give my life to the Lord. And when the Lord come in and bring a tornado or earthquake, whatever, I could easily die just like the wicked and the people full of sin or whatever. So what sense do it make for you to go all out your way to serve a God and be fearful of a God and try to obey and do right, and your chances of dying in a tornado or earthquake or a snowstorm or whatever, that your God, you say God created all these things. the probability of me trying to serve God and being murdered, being killed in a tornado is just the same as one who is wicked. But what I want to say in this particular video is, why don't y'all take credit for the murder that your God does? The people, men, women, and children, every year that die in floods and earthquakes and fires, and you say that your God is the power and your God is behind all these things, why don't you take credit? See, you say the evil and the wicked, but chances are most of these people that die and they are murdered by your God, they are not really the wicked. They ain't do nothing to nobody. Just watching, never bothered nobody in my life, just watching TV. Tornado come through, tree fall on my house, boom, I'm gone. That's not fair. Your God don't seem like a very fair person. Your God sounds childish and immature. Your God can't control. Hey, I'm not trying to be nasty, but as a man, you know how it was when you first learned how to pee and you really didn't know how to target. You pee everywhere except in the toilet bowl. You didn't know how to, it's all messed up. And some of y'all still don't. Hey, for real. Hey, we keeping it real, baby. So Brother Ben X and Wesley Muhammad and Sister Ava and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, why don't y'all take credit for the things, for the people, the innocent people that your God has murdered, that didn't do nothing, because your God is behind the earthquakes and the snowstorms and the blizzards and etc., etc., etc. Why don't you take responsibility for murder? Because that's what it is. Because clearly your God has power but don't know how to control it. It could have easily been you. And some Muslims.
Hold up, wait a minute, let me put some truth in it.
How many of you are familiar with the story of the ant and the grasshopper? Now, the ant is different from the grasshopper because during the time of plenty, the ant is taking advantage of the time of plenty to take food and resources and store those resources, because the ant understands that time will change. And it will change from the time of plenty to the time of nothing, the coming of winter. Why does the ant do this? The ant does this because the ant is planning on living. You cannot live without water and food and the things that you need to survive. But when winter time comes and those resources are not there, how are you going to live? How are you going to survive? So during the time of plenty, the little ant is found all summer long, fall, gathering and taking in supplies, storing supplies, because the ant understands that time changes. On the other hand, you have the grasshopper. And the grasshopper understands the time. But the grasshopper does not waste his or her or its time storing anything. Because for the grasshopper knows that his or her or its life comes to an end once the time of plenty goes away. So there's no need for me to stock up on food and supplies for the winter because I won't be around. I will be dead. So during the winter time, you don't see grasshoppers jumping around back and forth because they're all dead. In the wintertime, you will see ants now and then, whatever, but basically they stay underground. They've stored food and supplies under the ground, and they live while death is laying directly on top of them. So we have the grasshopper, and the grasshopper is not concerned with time because the grasshopper knows that it will die. And when you are dead, the dead have no more use for time. There is no change for the dead. The only one concerned with the time is that which is going to live. According to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Nation of Islam teachings, and according to many, you will hear the same thing within the Black conscious community. You will hear them say that the so-called Negro or the black man and woman in America, we are mentally dead. Clearly we are physically alive, but we are mentally dead. And if you are dead, that means you have no concern with time. When you are dead, time no longer exists. The dead have no further use of time. So, the point I want to make very quickly is that you have a Black conscious community, a Pan-African community, a Kemetic, Nation of Islam, Hebrew Israelite, Moor, Blackity Black, RBG Nation. You have this Hebrew Israelite, you have this community that understands that the so-called Negro, the black man and woman in America, that we are, as a people, mentally dead. But you don't include yourself. You think that you are alive. Your actions show, even though you said black first, black power, Hotep, and all these other different things, and you have all this knowledge and understanding or whatever, but your actions show that you don't know the time and you don't know what must be done. This is a favorite topic of Nation of Islam. The time and what must be done. The little ant understands the time and what must be done. That is why the ant has survived successfully on this planet for millions of years. Understanding the time and what must be done. The so-called Negro in America, you act like or you pretend you know the time. And see, this is the thing about an ant. Ants adopt because you have to adjust yourself with your environment. And if something is not available, then you learn how to use something else. Ants are flexible like that. The so-called Negro, the black power, the black conscious type people, you are supposed to be awakened. You're supposed to be conscious, but you're supposed to be alive, but you act like dead people because you keep doing the same stuff over and over again because that's what you like. The reason why so many animals are in certain places, you might like apples. This animal was raised on apples. I love apples. Yeah, but now you are in a situation, apples are not available. You got to learn how to eat and survive on bananas and oranges. Now, if they had the black conscious mind, well, I only believe in Allah. Oh, no. I only believe in Jesus. Oh, no. I'm Kemetic. I only believe in Mayat. The principles of Mayat. Oh, no. I'm a Moor. No. When you have this type of mindset, you're dooming yourself because in order to be alive, life is flexible. And life understands the time. Life understands the changing of the season. Life understands it's not about what you like. It's about what are you going to do to live. It's not about what you like. Do you want to live or do you want to die? So the black conscious community basically making mockery and feel they are better than the average Negro. I was taught the word Negro, N-E-G-R-O. If you take the G in the Greek is interchangeable with the C or the K, which would make it would turn it from Negro to Necro or Necra, which is the prefix of necrology, which is the study of the dead. Necrophilia is when somebody trying to have sex with the dead. It's the dead. So you're dead, you still are Negro. You are a Moorish Negro. You are a Nation of Islam Negro. You are a Kemetic Negro. You are, the list goes on and on. 5% Nation Negro. Because you still are dead. You don't understand the time and what must be done. You don't understand the changing of the seasons. You have no comprehension of time because when you're dead, there's no need for time. So you can sit around here and bring all your ideas and all your thoughts and all your opinions or whatever, and you can keep playing games, trying to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. And you do this because you think you have all the time in the world to get it right. In nature, you don't have all the time in the world to get it right. In nature, if you don't think properly, if you don't recognize the time, it would cost you your life. Many animals have been ate by lions and tigers and even bears because they made this mistake. They made wrong choices. did not understand the time, and end up prey, or end up in an environment that got caught up. Oh, I like it here. But the environment is telling you this is changing. Oh, but I love it. I like it. That's why so many people die in floods. So many people die in earthquakes. But I love where I live. Where you live, tornadoes happen a lot. Floods happen a lot. So you are willing to risk your life. You're willing to die. So why should we cry? Why should we mourn when that's what you ask for? You know the time. Sooner or later, the tornado is going to show up, the earthquake, the flood. That's why in North America, many native people did not live in certain areas because they know it was prone to floods and fires and whatever. But when the racists came, they don't care. I'll live whatever. I'll do whatever I want to. I live whatever I please. And then you're on TV in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, the tornado. Oh, the fires. Oh. Really?
Hold up, wait a minute, let me put some truth in it.
Whew. Oh, let me wake up. For those of you who don't know, when I start my videos this way, there's something that grinds my gears, something that really bothers me. Well, what is bothering you today, sir? Look, there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know. If you ask me something and I tell you, I don't know, then you should not expect anything else. And I'm telling you the truth. I don't know. There are people, no matter what you ask them, they're going to give you an answer, which is bull, because we cannot know everything. I am not ashamed to say, I don't know. I'm not ashamed to say, you know, you made a very good point. Sounds very valid, credible, logical. I got to think about that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have a society, you have a world with all these know-it-alls, and they don't know nothing, telling us crap. They don't know, and they make up stuff. So you will look at them, wow, everybody don't know, but for some reason, you're special. You know everything. They know. I don't know. So the question is raised, what happens to us after death? Terry, what happens to us after death? What happens to us after death? I am going to tell you, I don't know. But I tell you what I do know. I do know that there's nothing special about you and me. We are nothing but life forms. We were nothing but sperm and egg, and we evolved and grew into what we become. And just like any other life form on this planet, and even the Bible says, we are like the grass that cometh up and then withereth away. Some of you are little babies. Some of you are middle aged. Some of you are coming to the point where you've passed middle age, coming into being senior citizens, and your hair is turning gray and more wrinkles come into your face, and you get weaker, you want to sleep more, you don't have the strength that you used to have, because we cometh up, then we withereth away, and then we die. And then we die. Like so many things on this planet have done for eons on this planet. They are born, they come and live what we call life, and then we die. Some of us live longer than others. Some animals live longer than others. The average lifespan of a bumblebee is about 6 weeks. The average lifespan of an elephant could be 40 years or more. So everything has a certain lifespan, but you do your time, how minimal, how great it is, but compared to the earth, your little time on the planet is nothing. If you live 100, 110 or whatever, and then if you do live to be 110, you're probably in a wheelchair. You're not walking that good because you come up and now you withereth away. Your body begins to shrivel, your muscles getting weak, and your body begins to break down and begin the process of death. What happens after you die? Now, this is what I want to rant about. There are some of you who would come here and tell me what happens after you die. So the question is raised, how many of you died and came back? I'm going to say that again. How many of you died? Y'all talk about reincarnation. You talk about a soul. You talk about we are nothing but energy, and we turn into energy and we fly around into space and all this. All this manufacturing is lies. I'm sick of being surrounded by liars. You are a liar. The human being has a soul, and you're going to live forever. Now, all the animals on this planet, all the plants, all the microorganisms, they just come here and they die. Oh, but not you. You're special. You're going to come here and your physical body's going to die, but you got this soul thing, and you're going to fly around the universe. You're going to go to heaven, and, or maybe because you didn't do what God wants you to do, you're going to die and you're going to go to hell and all. Where's your evidence? Where's your proof of all this stuff? I am going to tell you, this is the best of my ability that I can tell you. When death comes, it's like going to sleep. Once your brain dies, you disconnect from this reality. And that's it. You did not know anything about life. Where was you? Where was I 5,000 years ago? People was alive. How do we know? We really don't even know. We going by, look like somebody wrote something on a piece of paper, or look like somebody painted a picture. This gives us a sign that somebody lived at a certain period of time. You really don't know, you wasn't there. You assume because they left some writings or some paintings, they left something behind to make you believe that there was somebody here before you and me. And that's cool. But otherwise, we really don't We really don't know. We wasn't there. Now, the best thing I can tell you, once your brain dies, we become disconnected from this reality. Like going to sleep and you never wake up. You didn't even know you was alive as a child when you was first born. You didn't even know you was alive. You didn't know that you was alive until your brain was around long enough to begin to take in information. Then you begin to realize, and one day you begin to realize, I'm alive. I'm alive. Invo, we're alive. We're alive. You didn't know you was alive while you was in your mother's womb. You didn't know you was alive when you was born. You had no idea. And I assume that death is the same thing. You just go out. You didn't know nothing coming in. You're not going to know nothing. And that's fine with me. I can accept that reality. But some of you are afraid and you're scared of the unknown. You don't want to die, which I'm sorry, that's it. But you're going to live forever. Oh, no, brother. You might die. I want to live forever because my soul. What soul? What you talking about? What is this? Well, you see, brother, we are energy. And then the physical body dies, and this energy flies around. Energy never dies. Energy does die. I got right here, this is a flashlight. That's energy. It just died. It got cut off. It died. Proves you right there wrong. Energy does die. If I don't turn this off, if I just leave it on, whatever it is that gives the battery the energy, once it's used up, it will die. Energy dies. There's no such thing as conscious energy. The only thing that makes something conscious, it has to have a brain. It has to have something that's able to think. Because when you have a brain and you're able to think, then you are conscious. If somebody hit you in the head, pow, they knock you unconscious because now your brain is not functioning, and our brain is the only thing that we have that can connect us to this reality. I know it hurts. It makes you feel sad to face reality. But it is, like they say, it is what it is. There is no life after death. You cannot prove that. And I'm so sick of the lies. I guess it makes you feel better when somebody tell you a lie. Some of y'all like lies. I don't like lies. Tell me the truth. You're born, you live and die, you rot, you stink, they put you in the ground, and that's it. I'm fine. I can do, but some of you can't handle that. You want to try to live forever. And why you want to live forever in this bull crap, this cesspool, this doo-doo hole that we've been born into? Why would you want to live forever in this garbage anyway? I'm just asking why you tell your lies. Oh, we got this soul and it's going to be judged by God and all. You're a liar. Y'all telling lies. Stop it. You are liars. Outright liars. And I'm not going to be around. I'm not going to let you tell children these lies because it's a lie. Because you're afraid to die. Because you're scared of death. You're afraid of the unknown. You don't want to say, I don't know. Just say, look, I don't know. The only thing I know is we born, we die, and that's it. Simple. Oh, no, you're wrong, brother. You see, your soul's going to leave your body, and you're going to go to heaven or hell, and you're going to get judged by this God. And see, everything else just lives and dies, but you're going to go to hell or you're going to go to heaven, and your soul lives forever, and you this spirit. Where is your proof? I don't mind. Where is your evidence? Did you die and come back? Did you experience all these stuff that you're talking about? No, you didn't. So that makes you a liar. Religious folks are liars. These spiritual folks are liars. You're going to reincarnate into some new animal or a plant or something, whatever. Where's the evidence of this? You're liars. Just feel good stories because you fear death, because you fear the unknown. And you want to feel special, like you got some kind of outside information. Oh no, brother. We don't just die. This is just your outer shell. And the rest of you, your soul, flies into the air and goes to the moon and all these lies y'all coming with. You should be ashamed of yourself. And you pass down these lies to children, but then you want to get upset because everybody in the world, everybody is lying. Oh, wow.
Things that make you go, you know, these aren't jokes, these are thoughts, these are things that make you say.
As many of you know by now, because I have been exposed, everybody trying to expose, well, not everybody, there's a certain group of folks that's always trying to expose Angel Snub Nub 7. Ah, wow. But I truly thank you for that exposure. Now, many of you know by now, because I have been exposed, I was locked up in a mental facility for 10 years, unjustly. And during that period of time, I will admit, the first 2 years, I felt like it was an easy vacation, no big deal or whatever. But when you are in a situation like that, and you know that you can do better, sitting around doing nothing, your life is just wasting, it becomes irritating, and you want to be able to be free and do other things, but you can't because you're incarcerated, you're locked up. So I had two choices, like many of us do in the big crazy house, because the United States of America, this world that we live in, ain't nothing but a big crazy house, nothing but a big mental facility. You don't know who or what you're going to run into in this life. Now, you can laugh. Oh, Terry, it's funny. It's funny. You can laugh at people incarcerated, but you better be careful when you walk to your car, because you don't know who might be waiting on you when you put your key into your door, or you go to an ATM, or you are enjoying yourself with your family at Chuck E. Cheese, or you could be at church praying to your God, and some sucker with a gun will come in and blow you away in a matter of seconds. Oh, but you laugh at me because I'm in the crazy house. Well, guess what? When you are incarcerated, when you are in the crazy house, they secure you. I don't have to worry about being shot while I'm trying to pray. Well, I don't pray, but while I'm trying to move around, I don't have to worry about that, because I don't have to worry about somebody that wears put bombs on their body, suicide bombers. I don't have to worry about drug addicts stealing a purse. I don't have to worry about all that kind of stuff. Here you are in society with the same people, and you have to worry about rapists, and you have to worry about pedophiles, and drug fiends, gender confused folks, all kinds of stuff. And you actually have the nerve to want to laugh at somebody? The whole earth is an insane asylum. The whole planet is a jail. The only difference between us and the incarcerated is they are in a different part of the big jail. And the sad thing about it is, if this is freedom, then you're doing nothing to make it free. You tolerate this incarceration because you have a privilege, like they used to do slaves. Some of the slaves got a feeling of being free because Massa would write them out a pass. When you are incarcerated, they would give you a pass to give you a false sense of being free, and you're still a slave or you're still incarcerated. So it got to the point where I'm sick of this. I want out. I want out. That's my only conversation. I want out. And that's how it is. When you're serious about your condition, this has got to change. I want out. I have to do better. I got to get out. I got to get out. But when you're comfortable, there are many who are incarcerated who are comfortable. And incarceration has become a way of life. So they say, or call people like that, they have become institutionalized. And I found myself becoming a victim of being institutionalized. I was finding myself, hey, this life ain't so bad after all. But what made me fight is because I understood that I could do better. I'm going to say that again. The reason why I fought to get out is because I know that I could do better. Many of you don't fight. You talk about freedom and you talk about being liberated. You talk about change, but you really don't fight because you don't feel that you can do better. And you have learned to tolerate this condition and you have become institutionalized. And so you have learned just how to live in the jail, live in the prison. So, since March the 25th, 2018, and it is coming upon the two-year anniversary of what we call Operation Exodus Mississippi, the Mississippi Campaign. And I have introduced and I have shared this video, and within this 2-year period, thousands, not hundreds, thousands of people have heard this idea. Yes, you have. And they are still learning. And so I am in chat rooms, in social media. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm in chat rooms, and I'm speaking about our failure, the Pan-African failure, the Kemetic failure, the Hebrew Israelite failure. Everything is a failure. So people say, well, if what we're doing is a failure, what's your solution? What is your solution? And I tell them about the Mississippi Campaign. I tell them about Operation Exodus Mississippi. And I give them these videos. Soul Liberation Day 2016, Soul Liberation Day 2017, 18, 19, 20. Learn about the Mississippi Campaign. And so I show you a better way. And there's silence. You told me what is my solution. I give you the solution, and then you fall silent. It is because it is all a show. You really don't want to be free. You are comfortable being institutionalized. This is the reason why there is silence. Because you cannot argue, you cannot debate, you cannot debunk, you cannot show the error in the Mississippi campaign. It is something that our people, our group was naturally evolving and doing. The only thing I did was put a name on it. The only thing I did was put clarifications and direction and have a vision for what it was. That's the only thing. It's not really my idea. It's something that our people was doing, and you can see it yourself since y'all do your research, since y'all are self-made historians. It's always been there. So they become silent. When I was locked up, I just want out. Willing to try anything by any means necessary, except jumping the fence. Because I don't want to jump the fence. That's not going to be the end of it. Then I got people chasing me and all this other crazy nonsense. I didn't want to go through all that. I'm going to get out of here legally so these demons don't be bothering me like that no more. When you are desperate, you're willing to try anything. But see, you're not desperate. You're comfortable in your oppression. You're comfortable in this jail cell. You laugh at people in mental institutions. You laugh at people when they become incarcerated, but you are the same. There's no real difference between you and the one locked up in the crazy house or the one locked up in prison. We are locked up in a big prison. The whole earth has become a mental institution, a mental facility, an insane asylum. Everywhere you go, you're supposed to be free. And somebody would kill you because they want your shoes. They already have shoes. But your shoes is special shoes. They are Jordan shoes. I gotta have it, and I'm willing to blow your brains out. Ooh, you got a nice baby there. Your baby is cute. I would like to molest your child. And this is the free world. I'm going to drive my car. I know I'm drunk. I'm going to drive my car and smash my car into yours and kill you and your family. But you trying to make mockery of people that's locked up and in prison, and here you are in the free world, and you think that you're doing better, really. And you don't want to get out because you're institutionalized. That's why even with the thousands of views these videos have gotten from March of 2018 to now, it's real silence. Now you got a bunch of creeps. Yeah, you got a bunch of wackos that's just running their mouth, but they cannot bring no real argument. They cannot really bring nothing to debunk. This is the realist solution and the only solution for the so-called Negro in America to begin the process of your true liberation. Has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with any kind of ideology, just to put this particular group of people in a better place. No more, no less. And there's silence because you are actually comfortable being a slave. You're comfortable living in this toilet bowl. You want to talk about everything else. You want to talk about Kobe Bryant. You want to talk about Donald Trump and the Democrats and the Republicans. You want to talk about everything except changing your condition on your own. You want to wait on Donald Trump. You want to wait on Bernie Sanders. You want to wait on some God. You want to wait on Louis Farrakhan. You want to wait on Tariq Nasheed. You want to wait on everybody. You don't want to do nothing for yourself. You don't want to do nothing on your own. I understood when I was incarcerated, if I don't work and find a way to get this done, it will not get done. Nobody is interested in my freedom more than me. There are people who will express concern, but they will not work, and they're not interested in my freedom like I am. So if you're not interested in your own freedom, you're not interested in your own betterment, then you're going to stay in the condition that you're in. So the only thing I can say is enjoy. There are a lot of people in the crazy house, in the prison, they are enjoying themselves. Hey, that's what you want to do, so be it. I'm better than that. So since I'm better than that, I got to break out of this bondage. I got to get out and do better. Clearly, you don't think that you can do better. Clearly, some of y'all really are afraid to be truly liberated and free, because if you do that, you can't blame white folks no more. Well, the white man do this and the white man do that. You can't blame white folks no more. If you fail, it's because of you. Can't blame the white folks. Can't blame the Asians. Can't blame the Africans. Can't blame nobody except yourself. So I'd rather stay in the condition that I'm in so I can blame others and pretend I want to be free, but you really don't. It's a damn shame. So
free your mind.
well, what you want to do right now, what I want to do right now, is take a few minutes just to celebrate, give a salute to all the incredible, talented, intelligent brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters, Black YouTube content creators. Has nothing to do with whether I agree or disagree with your content, but it has everything to do with our incredible intelligence, our incredible talent. Whether you like somebody or not, that's not the purpose of this video. I am to celebrate our talent as a group or as a people or as a community. You have many soul brothers and sisters, content creators. You never went to college to study journalism. You never went to college to study movie making and editing and all these different things. And there are so many of you. And I hope to keep up and I hope to get on your level one day. Some of you are just so magnificent. And you are articulate and you are charismatic and simply you are amazing. So talented we are. And I am so proud to be among you. It's wonderful. Again, has nothing to do with your actual content. Has nothing to do with whether I agree or disagree with whatever you're saying. I'm talking about I am praising and giving you a salute to our talent. It's amazing. No college degree, no training. Some of y'all just got a computer and you just learn things on your own and you put out this incredible content. I am so happy to see all of us doing things like this. Even our brother, Rashawn DeLay, the Baba DeLay, I think he's 70 going on 80 years old, embraced this technology to express his opinion before the world. And you have learned how to be so articulate and, again, charismatic, and many of you just have so much personality. It's incredible. So I simply want to send a salute and a shout out to all YouTube content creators. It's not an easy thing. Everybody cannot come before a camera and do what we do. Everybody can't be a preacher. You might know everything the preacher knows, but you just don't have that skill to come before the public and preach and teach. So I understand we are a special crowd, and I really wish that we would combine our talents, our resources, and we could really become a soul brother and sister, a black community YouTube, where we don't have to depend on a Facebook or a YouTube or something like that. Our talent is just incredible.